Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's training. We're going to be talking about Google Travel today and how you can use this as a tool to assist in the planning process of your client's travel. For those of you here in this training, if you have any questions at all as I'm going through this, I'd appreciate it if it went into the chat first. All right, just so that we can get all the information. I can visit those questions when I'm able to. So, first of all, forget if I introduce myself. My name is Justine Shine. I'm Platinum Leader of Team Eclipse. I've been with the company now for, I'd say, about 15 months. Loved every single second of it. And I really learned through research all these various tools that can help you in a variety of ways, right? So maybe some of you here are using something like Travel Joy. Is anyone here using Travel Joy? Go ahead and put that in the chat. Yes or no? I'm very curious because I just started using it and I might do a separate training on that. But let's see, haven't heard of it. No. Okay, yeah. So my assumption is a lot of people will say no. It is a paid service. They have a couple days of a free trial just to test it out. But they're also a similar tool to this where you can create your client's itinerary. You can send them emails. It's like a little portal, basically, like a hub for your clients, which is amazing. So check it out. That's my little plug. But coming back to Google Travel, let me go ahead and share my screen. Let's talk about where you can find it, right? If you have a Google account already, that is going to be most ideal simply because Google, if you're not familiar with it, syncs with pretty much everything within itself. So I've done a Google Apps training before. So you can find that on my YouTube channel, which is Vacations with Justine. But here, if you have a Google account, when you sign in, this grid of dots here has all kinds of different tools and apps and things of a variety of stuff, really. All Google related. So this is where you're going to be able to find Google Travel here, or you can just do a quick Google search. All right. So here is the little app for it. I believe that you're able to download it on your phone as well. Excuse me. So there is that. But after you click on that, this is where it brings you to. And they have all of these wonderful different categories that you can use to help really narrow down things for your client. Okay. Just in terms of maybe just general things to do, where the best place is going to be to stay within a city or a town. They even have a vacation rentals piece here. We can't book through this, guys. Okay, so don't take it that way. We're not booking travel through this. This is simply a tool for researching in the planning piece of things. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have a client come to you and let's see, Paris is always on my mind. It's my favorite place. Okay, so we're going to talk about Paris, France. Let's say that you have someone going there and maybe you yourself don't know a ton about that, right? So you can go to places like Travel Agent Academy, Travel Agent University, enroll with them, register, so to speak, and they'll possibly have a certification course for France, for Paris, but this is another way to do some research, okay? So we're going to start just by finding the destination here. So let's see, do this first one. All right, and let me actually pull up my chat box as well and throw that over here. Let's see. I have my questions right in front of me. April, you asked, what's the subscription fee for Travel Joy? I pay $30 a month, and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so, and I think it's a 2 or 3 day trial that you can test it out. All right, so coming back here, I've typed in my destination. Now all this stuff is going to pop up. Okay, so you can read a little bit, of course, about the town in general. They have a map on the side for you to kind of pick out. I think these are all probably going to be things to do that are these little balloons. Yes. So these are major places that are very popular for people to go to. I've actually been to every single one of these, so I can vouch for them. They're wonderful. All right. But here on the left, you're going to see top sites. So all of the major things to do are going to pop up here. You can even bookmark them and create like a little list that you want to have off to the side to come back to. And that can be found, it says here, added to travel plans, right? So where the heck do we find that? Well, you can either click here or go to the side menu. Okay, so coming back here, let's keep going down. All right, so you can even pull this up, even more information about top sites, okay? Specific to Paris, you can even narrow it down to local favorites, kid friendly, history, outdoors, all this stuff, okay? And coming down here, they even have a breakdown of what the biggest, not biggest, but most popular neighborhoods are to visit, articles specific to that destination, which is perfect for learning even more, right? Just even outside of Google Travel, just in general. So that's how you can do some research on a destination. Now, let's talk about piecing together travel plans. So we're going to go to the travel button here. All right. Awesome. All right. So now let me see, where did it go here? Here we go. So you have to scroll on a little bit. We're going to go to where to next, and we can create a trip. And I'm going to again keep this oriented around Paris, France, since we were just talking about it. So we're going to go ahead and type in Paris. And let's just say, let's see, when would I want to go? Let's see, maybe during the summertime. So we'll do mid-July. So we'll go for a week, just for an example. All right, so there is that. And we can hit save here, and that's going to create the trip for us. So from there, that is where we can start to add things to this trip. So again, it's going to populate a few things for you, right? I bookmarked a few things. So it's going to show me things I've already saved that are associated with that destination. All right. And then down here, here's what I really love. These are common questions that people ask about that destination. So the likelihood is that your client probably has the same type of questions, right? So you can come here, take a look, and see what other things they have to offer, right? They even ask, what is France's main currency, right? So you can find that out if you don't know what that is. Let's see here, what else? How to see Paris in 7 days. So it's going to tell you what a good itinerary of activities are to do. Okay, just a few things to run through. Pretty cool in my opinion, right? Do I have everyone with me right now? Are we all good? Any questions so far? Let me see. Get some water too. No questions? All right. Awesome. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Yeah, a really good tool, and it's free. Okay, so it doesn't get any better than that. All
Now
right.
with the menu at the top, the nine dots, which one did you hit? Travel?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I told people before I had my flyer labeled as Google Trips, and I was like, well, that's not really the name. Oops. And I just realized that today. So, yeah, it is actually Google Travel. All right. So, coming back here, we've gone over this, and they even talk about travel requirements, maybe a typical cost of this kind of trip, and other things. So, you can even learn more about the culture. So, coming here, how are we going to get there, right? Google Flights is also a great resource. So, let's go to search flights real quick. How many people here have used Google Flights before for helping plan travel for your clients? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Yes or no? Rachel has. Awesome. Anyone else? See? No? Okay. All right, so we got a mixture here, right? But I'm seeing a lot more no's than yeses, I think. So here's why Google Flights is a really great tool for a few reasons. So let's say my big thing that I use this for is when I have a client come to me that might have flexible dates, or they want help deciding when the best time within a month would be to travel. And then if that ever happens to you guys, what I typically do is ask them, okay, you want to go during the summer? Awesome. I can take a look, but how many days would you like to go? Right. So let's say that they say, well, maybe June or July. I don't know. What do you think? Ask them how many days they want to travel for. You can put in, let's say, for example, let's go here. I'm going to do Syracuse. That's the closest to me for the airport. Not in Italy. All right. Okay, so Syracuse to Paris. And let's say that I want to go sometime in June or July. Maybe I want to go for a week, right? So we can, you'll see here, though, pre-select dates, but you can come in here and they're going to show you all of the price trends, I guess. All right. And this is super important to use because you'll see very plainly where the best days for departure and return are going to be for your clients. So for example, let's see here. We leave on the 17th. It's looking to be about 1350. I want to go for a week, right? So let's see, 17th to the 24th. Okay. So just a quick example of how you can use that tool more. All right. So there is that. And then in addition to that, guys, once you have your date selected, you'll see here a track prices button. So you can actually turn this on and you'll get notifications about whether your specific flight itinerary, so the search here, is increasing in price or decreasing in price, what it might look like a week from now, so on and so forth. So it's really great for your clients if they're not ready to book yet, right? So maybe they're not fully ready to put that deposit down or full payment and they need to wait a little bit. It's a great way to track those prices, okay? Of course, you want to cross-reference that with whatever vendor you're using to actually book the flights, but another great tool here. All right. So let's say, um, let's say we want this first one. So we can select these flights after we book them. What will happen within Google Travel, that trip that we created, that flight is going to tag on to the so-called itinerary. Okay. Um, so let's just see here. Um, I'm trying to think. I think we actually have to pay for a flight for it to show in the Google Travel piece of things. I can't remember, so we're gonna test it out. But let's see the share button here. No. Okay, so let's go back and see if maybe with our search that we did, if it pops up in our Google Travel thing. Let's see. Ugh. All right, let's just go here. Does anyone ever try to hit the back button and then all of a sudden it keeps going to the same thing? That's annoying, right? All right, so where is my trip now? Uh-oh. July. Oh, maybe this was it. Here we go. Okay, so let's go down to flights and see if, no, it didn't pop up here. So that's a bummer. But so you can use that Google Flights search feature to track those prices for yourself. And what's nice here is it'll also tell you what's typical for those dates based on today's trends of that flight. All right, so coming down, we also can search for hotels here. And it will also tell you what the trend of pricing will be based on the time of year and the place that you're going to. So let's go to search hotels. My computer takes a little bit more time than usual these days to find things. Don't know why, but bear with me. Wait for this to fully load. All right, awesome. So here, it's just like any of our vendors, right? You can narrow down based on a lot of different features, okay? So you want to use your filters all the time, guys. Oh my gosh, you're going to save so much time using those filters, all right? But let's just say, for example, there's a couple here that I like, okay? Maybe I'm trying to be as downtown in Paris as possible. So let's actually go ahead and zoom in to downtown Paris. Awesome. So we can click on or hover over any of these options, and that option will pop up. We can go ahead and view pricing. And if we click on it, this little window will pop up to give a full overview of the hotel. You can also get the direct site to the hotel's website to learn more. Reviews, of course, any photos that have been posted for this hotel, things like that. So another great tool. All right, so let's say that, let me close out of this. There we go. All right, so let's say that maybe you like this option here. All right, so there is that bookmark feature again. So we're gonna click on, let's just say one or two. That one looks cool, so why not throw it on there? All right, for now. All right. Whoop. Hopefully that doesn't go to the next page. Let's see. It did. All right. This is what I mean, guys. My computer's acting very slow, so it's almost time for a new one. All right, let me pick one more. This is the one that I wanted. There. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's go back to travel now. We'll go back to our Paris trip. And then let's go back down to where that was right here. And we should see those hotel options that we had selected. Yes. All right. So here is one. I don't know why all of them haven't populated yet, but let me refresh. Let's see. But they will pop up here. And then you guys, after you've gone through all of this and have compiled some options, you've narrowed down things quite a bit, right? Now you just need to go and find pricing for those things. So you want to be familiar with, okay, I know I can go to this vendor for this thing and so on and so forth. And I believe we do have trainings on that already that you can ask your mentor for. All right, so you can use this to then go ahead and start price quoting for your client with these options. And if, let's see, let's click on add to trip actually. Okay, so here, let's say that you have booked the hotel, booked the flight, whatever it is. Okay, so let's go to flight here. And here you can actually input all of that information of what the flight itinerary is, flight number, all the things. This is going to provide you with email notifications. It also gets put onto your Google Calendar. All right, so it's a great way to also make sure all of your clients' travel details are put into your calendar and you're getting email notifications about that in case things happen, right? So there is that. And let's see, let me go back to add a trip. I want you to see all the things you can add into here. Okay, so accommodation, the actual destination, any notes. So you can create notes for yourself based on the other pieces that you see here. So you can also do flight, train, bus, car rental, even restaurants. If you want, if you're, sometimes clients will ask me, are there any restaurant recommendations that you have? Have you heard of anything that was great? If you have, or if you want to do some research and give them some options, there's that. And then we have events as well. All right, so what an amazing tool, okay? It's really awesome. I use this for the beginning stages of all of my clients' travel. All right, and let me go back here. You'll see all of the various places I've recently been looking at too. Sometimes what Google Travel will do is if you're just searching on Google in general and you type in a specific destination just in Google Chrome, it does also populate that onto Google Travel as well. So again, it's that whole syncing thing that Google does. All right, so you'll see here, I've looked at Orlando recently, Punta Cana, Las Vegas, right? So all these different things. And here you'll see this, I actually had pieced this together already for my client. So this is their itinerary for their trip. So this is an example of what it looks like for you guys. All right, so their hotel is here. When they check in, when they check out, I still have to put their rental car on here in their flight, but it's not fully paid for. So there is that. All right, so let me see. Any questions, guys, about Google Travel? I see one here. Let's see, can you create more than one trip and can you label the trip by client name? That's a really great question. All right, so you can create more than one trip. Absolutely. I don't know that there is a limit, I'll be honest. But let's see here, up in the top right, you can click here and we can edit the trip. So here, I haven't actually tested out to see. Yes, so here, you can change the trip name. So if you want to say, so this, my client's name is Stella. So let's just do this. Stella's vacation to Banff. All right, we can save that. And then here it is. So you can definitely retitle it. And then if you didn't see, let me go back actually. Hold on. Edit trip. Let's see. So you can even put a description here if you want to title it as one thing, and then you can just put your client's info in the description. Okay, so that's one way to track who the client actually is for this. All right. And then also here's a cool thing too. I'm traveling on this trip. So say that I create a trip that maybe me and my husband are going on. When I turn this on, let's see, it says confirming lets you see info for this trip across Google products. So that's what's going to put it into your Google Calendar. So it's important you turn that on. Okay. And then also, if you need to see here, you can add destination. So guys, with this, you can also do a multi-destination trip planning. Okay. Again, not booking, just trip planning. And then once the details are booked, you can come back here and add those numbers in, confirmation numbers, the hotel name, airline information, all those things. All right. And then another feature I love too, 1 second, is when you go to those three dots here as well, you can share the trip. So once you have this piece together, you can go to share trip and email all that information out to your clients. Maybe your mentor is going to help you maybe take care of a situation with your client's travel. You can email that reservation to whoever. All right. So there is that. And I don't think I'm missing anything here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Let's go back here. I don't think I have. No, we've already gone through all these pieces and parts. And that's it, guys. All right. So, any other questions about Google Travel? First of all, is this something you guys would use? Let me ask you that. Mary, yes, it is free. All right. Free, free, free. Yeah. So it's just Google oriented. All you need is, of course, a Gmail account of some sort, right? So there is that. And I did record Mary, so I'll be posting that shortly after this. All right, so let's see. And yeah, awesome. Good, guys. Awesome. And it's one of those things too, right? This might not work for everyone. It's just something to test out and try and see if it's going to work for you. And you don't have to spend money on it, right? So it's a free tool to try out and see if you like. Let me see. Let's see. How will we calculate commission? So, Sammy, again, this is not something that you're actually booking travel with. You're not using Google to book travel at all. This is just a planning tool, a research tool. Okay, so you're booking travel with Archer's vendors. All right, but the stuff that happens before you do that and the stuff that happens after you do that can be used with this tool. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, awesome. Let's see. Oh, you're good, Sammy. It's okay. All right. So there is that. Is a couple people are asking where this recording will be. I am going to post it in to all the leaders. Okay, so your leaders will disperse that where it needs to go, but it will also be on my YouTube channel. So let me actually give that to all of you guys in the chat real quick. Let's see. I think I typed that out right. Can someone test that for me? Let's see. And just let me know if it directs you to the right thing. It should just go right to my vacations with, oh, thank you. Awesome. All right, perfect. So yes, guys, grab that link or just keep in mind vacations with Justine on YouTube. I will be posting this there. It's going to be public, so everyone's going to be able to see that. All right. So let's see, any other questions, guys? I've got plenty of time. All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
So this works like a folder for each trip, and then it gives them their itinerary of everything they're doing, or just kind of like a proposed time and date.
Um, I would still, so let me back up. My brain's like, wait, what? I would use this tool simply for researching ideas and piecing together options, right? So your actual price quote should still be something separate.
Okay.
Okay. But what you can do with this is after everything is booked, you can put in that airline information into this. You can put the hotel information into this and activities, right? So that is kind of like creating an itinerary for your clients, and then you can send it in that kind of format.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. And if you want to test the whole process out with yourself first before you actually use this for your clients, that's what I did. My husband and I, we went to Cleveland for a weekend about 2 weeks ago. And I used this for that just to test it out. It's a really cool tool. I really like how it connects to your Google Calendar. So it will pull up all that info for you and email you. Um, but yes, anything else, guys? Anything? Gene, no, it's not the only place to do an itinerary, guys. And you could definitely do a very quick Google search of that, and a lot will pop up. All right. The reason I like this one is, first of all, it's free, right? Second of all, it does enough of what I need it to do for what I'm using it for. Okay. Another option I mentioned before was Travel Joy. That is a paid service. Okay. So not free, but it does do a lot of things that this does not do. Okay. So Travel Joy will allow you, it's kind of like a little client hub. So you can create trips, you can add clients into the portal, you can create an itinerary in there, you can send your price quote through it, email it through it, message through it. And on the flip side, your clients can message you back through it. Okay, so um, that's a really great paid tool. I'm thinking about doing a separate training on that if no one else is in May. So keep your eyes peeled on that. All right. You're welcome, Jean. Yeah. And Katie, where in Cleveland did I go? So, guys, oh my gosh, if you send anyone to Cleveland, or if you've ever been to Cleveland and want to go back, I recommend staying straight up downtown, right downtown. I mean, we were 10 minutes walking distance to the Rocket Mortgage Field House. We went to see Bert Kreischer there. Um, we also went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which was only a 15-minute walk from our hotel. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I've never my husband is from Cleveland. He grew up in the Promise Strongsville area, and my that's where my in-laws live. And I've never been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We were gonna go up there. We went to Cleveland for kind of like a honeymoon kind of thing after we got married, but we were afraid, yeah, because yeah, we don't drive. We're like, yeah, if we get stranded somewhere, we're like, how are we gonna get back to our hotel?
Yeah, and I stayed at a Drury hotel. And if you guys aren't, this is so off topic. So if anyone here has a Google travel question, put it in the chat and I'll get to it. All right. But I was just thinking about this because this is also just good for you, all of you to know. But Drury hotels, they have a rewards program, but also Lori, yes, Lori knows. They, guys, oh my gosh, talk about pretty much being an all-inclusive hotel. Okay. And I mean it when I say that because what you pay for is of course your room, right? But in addition to that, we got 3 alcoholic beverages a day per person included. And you get free breakfast and dinner. It is insane. Okay, so it is an incredible thing to keep in mind for your clients, right? They do have a Drury hotel smack dab downtown Cleveland, and that's where we stayed.
Okay, yeah, we went when we were staying up there for part of our honeymoon. We stayed at the Radisson Hotel by the Cleveland Airport, which was right across. Our hotel was right across from the Great Northern Mall, which is a mall that my husband, basically hung out at when he was a kid.
oh wow.
And I had never been this mall before. I'm like, oh my goodness! I'm like, it was amazing. Cleveland. There's so much more to do than what I actually thought.
Yes, yeah, guys. So it's a good little hotspot for a quick weekend getaway for sure for people. But if anyone has any other questions about Google Travel, go ahead and unmute or put it in the chat. Otherwise, you are more than welcome to head out. All right. If you do leave, thank you so much, and I appreciate your time as always.